Welcome back to the Adrian Tinsley Center and the Bears Sports Network here on BTV. The Bears and the Falcons getting ready to face off here in this MASCAC matchup. One game of two today. The Bears women's team and the Falcons women's team, of course, will be facing off shortly after the conclusion of this game. Bears dropped their last one against Worcester State here on Saturday. It was a close game. It's still a disappointing result. They've been on a little bit of a slide recently, looking to get right against a team that hasn't beat the Bears the past 4 seasons.
It's impressive.
Bears also going with a little bit of a new look starting 5. Of course, Zach Taylor out. He's got an injury. TJ Williams fires away from 3 and knocks down his first basket. And Williams is one of those guys who's begun to see starting time here for the Bears. He didn't at the beginning of the season, saw some good minutes off the bench, but has transitioned into a starting role. And then, of course, Alex Gonzalez also joining the starting ranks recently. As Kakuba gets the ball stripped away from him, going for the board.
Yeah, he's going to be a problem in the paint. You can tell. He's got the energy.
Braden White with the ball up top, drives in on Kakuba, looking for a pass. He'll go out up top. Now Jalen Jackson for 3. And Jackson answers right back.
You got to contest that better. He was so comfortable letting that thing go.
A little bit of a height in this match as well. Campbell gets one right back for the Bears. Josh Campbell knocks one down. He's coming off a foot injury. He was on a little bit of a minutes restriction Saturday. We'll see how that affects his play time tonight. But this game already back and forth. 3 straight threes here. Like I was saying, a little bit of a size mismatch. This Framingham team looks a lot bigger than this Bears team. On paper and both on the court is Braden White, the first basket that's not a 3. Gonzalez from the corner. He'll miss. White with the rebound. Duval Price drives in on Williams, looks out for White. White, quick pass, Drayton. Off the front of the iron, batted around, and Kakuba comes up with it. Campbell drives in off the glass, it misses, rebounded by the Falcons.
Oh.
Price drives in on Williams, muscles his way to the basket for 2.
Great use of the shoulder there.
Williams, spin move, drives in, pass underneath, Jennings floats it in. Good ball movement there by the Bears. T.J. Williams just finding Lou Jennings all alone on the baseline. And Lou able to cash in.
Can't leave him like that.
Wide open.
Stepped out.
Ooh. Matthew Drayton was all alone. Up to drive in, but after catching the pass, he had stepped out of bounds on the sideline right in front of the Bears bench. So maybe a little bit of a lucky break for Bridgewater. As Kakuba will take it up now. Kakuba drives in, pass over to Gonzalez, left-hand corner. Alex Gonzalez misses, but Josh Campbell's got ups, and he's right there to put it in.
Tremendous instincts on the offensive rebound.
The sophomore making an impact here. The way he's playing, you wouldn't be able to tell he's coming off a foot injury. He's moving just fine, as you saw on that last basket.
Oh.
He'll lose it in the paint. Williams is right there to grab it for the Bears. Dishes it up top to Kakuba. Now Williams. He'll go again from three off this side of the iron. Lob pass there. All the way for Drayton. Tries to put the moves on, but can't finish as the Bears force an empty possession. Great pass, Gonzalez. Never mind, it was intercepted.
It's too weak.
It looked like a great pass coming out of his hands, but Pitts.
Yeah, you got to throw that with a little bit of steam.
White with the ball, working on Gonzalez. Stephen Morrell getting ready to sub in for the Bears. White passes it over. It's Jalen Jackson. Bounces it over to Price. Price working on Williams. He'll go outside for Drayton. Drayton for three through the screen, and Matthew Drayton knocks one down.
Looks a lot like that Worcester State game with a lot of threes coming early and often.
Kakuba one-on-one with White. Passes to Campbell. Campbell sidesteps, fires away. He'll miss. Lou right there for the board off the glass. Jennings has another.
He's got a very old school game.
Driving in, missing. There was Jackson. It's Campbell with the board for Bridgewater. Kakuba goes all the way across over to Williams. Williams drives in, stuffed by Pitts. No call as T.J. Williams is sent to the ground.
4 and 5 here.
Pitts trying to work on Jennings. That's a travel. They're not going to call it. White has the ball now, slowing things down a little bit. Sam Sweeney getting ready to sub on as well for the Bears. Kamu Franks getting ready to come on for the Falcons. And stopped by Jennings, or more stopped by the rim, but Jennings was there as well, was Jalen Jackson. As the Bears force an empty possession, the shot clock was winding down quickly on the Falcons. Williams tries another, gets his own board, and sends Pitts to the ground. There's a foul on the floor. Foul's going to be on Pitts. 5 substitutions on, 2 for the Bears, 3 for the Falcons. Gonzalez goes off, so does Williams. Sweeney and Morrell into the game. And now Aiden Rock coming in. A guy we haven't seen a ton of here at the Tinsley Center. Transferred over this year in his first season with the Bears. Kakuba to inbound, floats it all the way up top to Jennings. Jennings tries the hook shot from in the paint. Lou Jennings has another.
When I say old school game, I mean stuff like that.
Semedo, Franks, and Oliver in the game now for the Falcons. The only starters remaining are Drayton and White. Oliver with the ball, drives in, tries to force his way to the basket, misses off the rim, ball's batted around. It's going to be Bears ball.
They're fighting for that one. A lot of fight on the glass so far.
Kakuba taking it up now on White. Another sub getting ready to come on for the Falcons. Sweeney has it, thinks about the shot.
Oh.
Bounce pass, and Rock wasn't ready. Von Zabore getting ready to sub in now. As he'll replace White. Von Zabore right off the bench, and he gets one to go.
Comes right in.
First time touching the rock. Already cashing in for three. Kakuba gets it to Sweeney now. Sweeney looking for the pass inside to Rock. He's covered. He goes to Jennings. Kakuba again has it. Morrell inside, driving in on Oliver. Stephen Morrell tries to float it in and gets outboarded by the big man Oliver. 6'7", the junior from Douglas, Mass. He's going to be a problem for the Bears in the paint.
He looked taller. He looks more like 6'9", but yeah, he's 6'7".
Yeah, I think 6'7" might be an understatement. As a solid block attempt there by Morrell. But Semedo gets one to go.
That right there from the Bridgewater native, right?
BR graduate, Bridgewater native, grew up not too far away from here. Lou Jennings will try the long ball, and Lou Jennings gets it to go.
He's on fire. He's scoring everywhere.
That's 9 points on the game for Lou Jennings already. Semedo one-on-one with Kakuba, passes off to Oliver. Franks underneath now. Semedo tries the fader on Kakuba and gets it to go. Kakuba works quickly, bounce pass to Morrell. Morrell handles it
Travel.
a little bit poorly and gets called for the travel. Campbell will sub in here. He'll replace Lou Jennings. Drayton working through a screen set by Oliver, but it was short-lived. Semedo has it up top. He'll try the long ball again, in and out of the rim, and Rock's there for the board. Kakuba, one-on-one. Now it's with Campbell. Rock trying to move the ball. Campbell thinks about the shot, drives in, loses it off the hand of Zabore. And some heads-up defense there by the Falcons. Semedo all alone, works in on Kakuba now, gets the ball batted away by Rock. Falcons keep possession thanks to Matt Drayton. And a foul's called here against the Bears.
That was pretty interesting backboard work there.
Fouls on Dante. Noah Downing getting ready to sub in here. Transfer over from Ithaca, the grad student. In his first season with the team as well. Pitts will come on as well. Downing replaces Kakuba. Pitts will replace Oliver.
Interesting. Fitchburg has 3 guys from Texas. I've never seen that here at the Mazcac.
Quite the recruiting reach. Most of these Bears guys are from Massachusetts with a couple of Rhode Islanders on the team. As that one's taken away from Rock. Semedo in transition, 2-on-1 with Sweeney and Rock. They're able to defend it, but there for the board is Franks. Drayton has it up top, and the Falcons will slow things down. Zabore looks for the pass out up top. He gets it to Semedo. Semedo has to go out. Now Drayton will try. Not able to float it. And just the Bears not able to get their hands on the ball. A lot of offensive rebounding and playmaking there from the Falcons as Sam Sweeney, the lefty, tries the three. That was about a foot back from the arc.
He's a great shooter.
Semedo looking for an outlet, finds Drayton. Drayton to the corner, Zabore. In and out, just hit the side left of the rim and bounced right back at him. Rock dribbles it off his foot. Diving for it to make a stop there is Franks.
Oh, beautiful.
Beautiful three in the corner there from Camus Franks. Williams getting ready to sub on now.
Well, I think the problem is Fitchburg is playing with a bit more energy on the glass and in transition. The Bears have played respectable so far, certainly. Shot selection has been pretty decent. I just think they need to be a bit more honed in and not getting all their scoring from just Jennings.
And they've just had a couple costly turnovers like we saw just a couple of seconds ago. Rock dribble it off his foot, and then nobody for the Bears was able to get it. It was Franks who dove on it for the Falcons. And granted, you know, they haven't had a ton of turnovers, but those start to rack up over time, and that was just not a great play on the Bears' part.
You know, I was driving my car. It was pretty icy today, and I swerved in that corner. Whoa.
Jeez. So it's Williams, Morrell, Sweeney, Downing, and Campbell out there. Williams comes in, and he'll replace Aiden Rock. It's White, Semedo, Vanzabore, Franks, and Pitts out there for the Falcons. Campbell
No hesitation.
gets the ball, catch and shoot. Not able to cash that one in. Pitts with the board, blocked by Williams. Williams gets the ball back from Morrell, drives in, and a tough bucket for TJ Williams.
Whistle?
Yeah, you know, I'm a little bit surprised we didn't get an and one there, but TJ Williams through contact. I mean, just an incredible basket there for the transfer out of Florida. And Downing called for a foul. And if what just happened down on the Bears' end wasn't a foul, I don't know how we're calling that.
He kind of had mostly ball, if not all ball there.
We're going to rewatch that TJ Williams basket. As you can see, he blocks it right there. Morrell catches it, gets it back to Williams. And then it does look like Zabore got a piece of the arm of Williams. His foul was called on Downing.
Sorry to cut you off, but that's incredible body control to be able to get that shot off.
Yeah, through that contact, having two defenders on him. As Sam Amasore steps on for the first time this game, he'll go in to replace Stephen Morrell. Semedo makes that one as well. 2 for 2 from the charity stripe. Downing working quickly with the ball. He's working on Braden White. Goes back out to Williams. TJ Williams led the Bears with 29 points against the Lancers. Williams tries the long two. Amasore there for the board, trying to work in on Pitts. Campbell from the free throw line. Amasore gets the board again on the ground, and Pitts comes up with it.
Oh, those two are fine.
That's going to be a fun matchup.
Like two.
Speaking of body control, Semedo. Campbell has it in the corner now, up top to Sweeney. Switches over to Downing, working inside. Downing from a step in from the free throw line, misses. Sweeney outside for three. He can't get it to go. Amasore with the board and the putback.
They needed that. They needed that basket.
24 on 24 is going to be a good matchup to watch today. If you keep your eyes on Jalen Pitts and Sam Amasore, they've been going after every board the two have been on the court for, and granted, Sam hasn't been out there for that long, but it's been an entertaining matchup.
It might get chippy.
Semedo hits the net, doesn't hit anything else. Kakuba will come on. He'll replace Downing. Price and Jackson come on here for the Falcons.
Sweeney's 0-2 right now, but he's shooting 45% from three on the season.
And you know, Sam Sweeney, he's about as efficient from the three-point line as you get. He's really a specialist. We saw in their close game against the Lancers, when the Bears had the ball, they sent Sweeney in, and when the Lancers had the ball, it was Jamal McConnell, just the defensive guard and the pure shooter. They went back and forth making those substitutions, and
oh no,
didn't work for them as Vanzabore hits one from the corner.
He's wide open.
Sweeney dishes to Williams. Williams driving inside on Price. Fadeaway, not going to work for TJ Williams.
You got to have a bit better offensive structure than that.
White looking for a pass here. Kakuba's all over him. Lou Jennings getting ready to sub back on for the Bears. He leads both teams in scoring with 9 points. Duval Price now with the ball for the Falcons.
Oh, fake.
Bonzabore goes outside, and a long ball for Jackson that went off the top of the backboard. Kakuba will fire away from distance, and that one goes out of bounds.
It looked good. The rim just disagreed with it.
Gonzalez will sub back on. Sweeney and Williams go to the bench. Pitts will sub off as well for the Falcons. Price drives in on Jennings, gets the ball taken for a second by Kakuba, but regains possession. White.
Oh, no.
All the way across Bonzabore, and that's going to be a foul on Alex Gonzalez. Went up for the block, fell into him.
That's what they do when they respect the shot. They overcommit.
I don't even know. Okay, good. I was about to say that's not a shooting foul, but they didn't
No,
call it a shooting foul.
that would be livid.
I was about to say.
He was not in the motion.
I didn't see him say it was on the floor. White falling to the ground, sends Kakuba there instead and gets the basket to drop for 2. Bears trail here by 11, and again, the Bears have not lost to the Falcons since the 21-22 season.
It's a long time when you play each other this much.
And Jennings gets that one to go. And to perspectivize that, Lou Jennings and Dante Kakuba were still in high school. Alex Gonzalez in just his first year with the team.
Jennings with amazing defense here.
Bonzabore from the corner. He's been hot from 3 and gets an unlucky bounce there. I don't know if the Bears could have got much more lucky. Because that's a man who's been hot from beyond the arc. There's a whistle.
Illegal screen.
Not often we see an illegal screen call.
That one was fairly blatant, I would say. But yeah, typically we don't see any of those calls.
Even if there are some bad ones, we don't always see them.
There's ways you get away with it.
Yeah, if you're just in the blind spot of the ref, man, there's nothing to worry about.
It's like holding in football, kind of.
Drayton bounces it over. Jackson, quick flip to White. White drives in on Kakuba outside. Drayton tries the mid-range, not going to go. And Jennings picks it up for the Bears. Kakuba working quickly on White. That one goes out of bounds. It's going to remain Bears ball. Full 20 going to go on the shot clock. Not that it makes that much of a difference. A 1 second difference. Gonzalez will try. Catch and shoot. And again, the 3 ball has just not been going for the Bears for the most part. This game started off 3 quick threes back and forth in between the two teams. And ever since then, the Bears have really cooled down as that is just, yeah, that's pretty blatant.
The foul?
I'd say.
I would definitely agree. But it's not like malicious.
I wouldn't, yeah, it's not egregious, but a foul is a foul.
You can't hold someone when they're going up to score.
You cannot. And that'll send Duval Price to the line. Subs on now for the Falcons. Trenton Oliver's going to step on. He'll replace Braden White. With 34-23 after those free throws. Campbell working in the paint. And off his fingertips, Campbell gets that one to go. Timeout called by Coach McLaughlin and the Bears. Just going to be 30 seconds, 4:12 left in the first half. And I get a replay of that Josh Campbell basket through traffic and then just a roll off the fingers with the sophomore.
Once he gets comfortable again, it's going to be all bets are off, because early on in the season before the foot injury, it was clear he put the time in. He worked on his game today. He was shooting about an hour and a half before they started. He's dedicated to make an impact on this team once again.
Yeah, and obviously that injury is going to throw you out of rhythm a little bit if you're Josh Campbell, because you're pretty much immobile for a period of time, and call it mid-December through January. And now, of course, he's making his second home appearance since coming back. And he looks good, but, you know, just wasn't able to really be active for quite some time. Not that it shows.
Fitchburg is running special.
Being right on the floor, we do have the great privilege of hearing all the play calls.
Some people on the streets would call it the inside scoop, Luke.
Chip, we do not know what special is or what it means, but I think it might be that. As Amasore tried to get his hands on it, but to no avail. Jennings is swarmed, goes out to Kakuba, bounce pass in between the legs of Oliver, and Amasore lays it down. Duval Price got double teamed there for a second. Oliver runs into Josh Campbell and gets called for a travel.
He went for a bit of a walk and talk.
A lot of walking. I didn't see any talking.
He was talking to the ball telepathically, telekinetically.
Campbell working around Jennings.
I thought he was going to pop that.
One-handed pass to Lou in the paint. Jennings puts it in.
$13 points for him.
Price goes over to Drayton. Drayton thinking about it. Directing some traffic here as Franks moves over. Now it's Oliver up top. Goes off to Jackson. A lot of ball movement here out of the Falcons. Price meets Amasore in the paint and is unable to get that shot to go. Gonzalez swats the board over Amasore, and now Kakuba will take it up. 2:19 left to go in the half. Bears trail, and I believe that's going to be a Falcons foul. Foul is called on Franks. Pitts is going to sub in, but maybe jump the gun a little bit. Kakuba will go to the line to shoot two. Scoreless thus far. Still early, though. And even in games where it takes him a little bit to get going, he can still give you 15 at least. As he'll miss his first free throw, Pitts will sub in. Trent Oliver goes off.
He's one of the steadier forces for this Bears team. Always dribbling the ball and playing great perimeter defense at the bare minimum.
That one bounces around, drops, and it's 30-36. So Meadow will come on now.
He's putting on for the town.
Long lob out to Pitts, who tries to slam it in and gets fouled by Jennings.
I kind of like the foul. You don't let him get the Energizer dunk. You make him earn it at the free throw line instead.
And you know, your chances with the 6'6", 225 big is he's probably not going to be great from the free throw line. We'll pull up his stats right here.
He is a...
He bricks his first one.
He's a 55% free throw shooter. Only shot 9 times from the stripe. A little strange given how much he seems to be a part of the team.
Misses his 10th. Life of a big man. You'll foul a lot. You won't get fouls called on you. He makes his second. So a 7-point lead now for the Falcons. Williams, now to Gonzalez. Quick pass off to Campbell, struggles with it, regains control. Semedo pressed all over him. Campbell off his fingers, misses the basket, and it's picked up off the floor by Pitts. Rifles it underneath. That one misses Drayton off his hands. Kuba there for the Bears. Gonzalez will try the long ball. Hasn't got one to go, and it will stay that way.
What's he, 0 for 4 from the three-point line? 0 for 3. Not good.
0 for 3. Just waiting a second to see if it would update, but 0 for 3. As they'll dish out to Drayton. Misses a 3 of his own. Amasore might have got a hand on that. And Semedo.
Oh, boy.
My goodness.
Oh, Nate, you didn't have to do him like that right there, sir.
That man's got ups. 5'11", but man, he got high.
It's not about height. It's about heart.
Oh, that height. There's a factor, you know.
I'm above 6 foot. I'm Luke. I can tell people about height.
Height's going to do me no favors on the court. All I'm saying is get someone who's 5'5" out there, they're going to struggle.
It's a good point. I'm just being argumentative.
Put Amasore on them. They're not scoring. White subs on, Downing subs on, Williams subs off, as does Pitts. 55.4 seconds left to go. Falcons have a 9-point lead. White was calling for a screen, not going to really get it. As Semedo with a long 2.
Is that Malik Monk? I don't know who that is.
He's been good here for the Falcons so far, as he has 12 points. Only Jennings with more in the game. Campbell slams one in.
Oh,
there's the Energizer dunk. Josh Campbell.
I think his foot is feeling a bit better. I'm not a doctor.
Yeah, you know, he might be fully healed. I am not one either, but he looks great. Oh, Sam Amasore. 2 straight Energizer plays from the Bears. Amasore shuts things down in the paint. Got a replay for you right here. As Semedo gets swatted by the big man.
Hey, our good friend Nate, he was getting comfortable in the sky. He had to get brought down to earth a little bit there.
Jamal McConnell in a sub on now. He'll replace Dante with 1.3 seconds left. They don't want the half-court shot out of the Falcons. Jamal, probably one of their best defensive guards. Not that it matters. As that'll do it for the first half. 41-32. Bears trail the Falcons. We'll be right back with you here on BTV after the break.
Being in a community that cares is how you're going to get where you want to go.
Classes are held in the evening and late afternoon.
It offers smaller class sizes. It's a convenient location.
But I've also been given the opportunity to take a graduate assistantship, get hired as an intern.
Career services here at Bridgewater has been a great resource for me.
That's a timeout on betting. It completely changed the game, and you didn't even notice. Let me break it down for you. Betting ads are setting the blitz and getting you to play the game. Many of you are falling for it and losing big money. Addiction is happening in some more than others. Now players are getting harassed by bettors. And we all know that's not how the game is won. So it's on us to be good teammates and draw the line to stay ahead of betting consequences.
Welcome back to the Bears Sports Network here on BTV as we return for the second half of action as the Bears currently trail the Fitchburg State Falcons 41-32 after the first half of play. The game started off close, back and forth for a while, but the Falcons have just really been able to pull away and secure the lead. Big reason, Nathaniel Semedo, 12 points, 5 for 9 from the field. He's been on fire. Lou Jennings for the Bears has 13. He's 6 for 6 from the field. Yet to miss a shot. The only bad thing for the Bears outside of him and Josh Campbell, who has 9, you don't have a whole lot going on scoring-wise. And the Falcons, they have outside of Semedo, 5 players with multiple baskets. The Bears have 4 total.
Yeah. And the Bears turnovers 8-5, shooting 3 of 13 for the three-point line. That's not going to get it done.
Yeah, not at all. It's just been pretty indicative of how they've been as of late. They've struggled in recent games. That game against Worcester State just Saturday, it was close for a while, but just not a strong offensive showing for the Bears. Just really weren't able to get anything going. You had Kakuba come on late, and you got some solid points. Of course, Williams had 29, but it was really just those two as Drayton with a heat check there, and a little bit cold coming after the break.
Good lean.
Williams, good body control, and there's going to be a foul there on Pitts.
Yeah, if the Bears are going to come back, they got to do that more. See open lanes and just sprint right down them.
Pitts just got all of TJ Williams there for the foul. So TJ will go to the line. As he'll shoot 2 now.
Ooh.
See there in the left hand of your screen, the Bears women's team watching on. They're getting ready to take on the Falcons as well following the conclusion of this game. They're coming off a 3-game win streak. Lastly, against Worcester State here, and another close game. A game that saw them only hit 3 threes the entire game. Still, they were able to pull away with a huge Mazcac victory. Which is what the Bears are looking for here as Kakuba has the ball now. Breakaway. Good pump fake. Dishes out to Gonzalez. Williams. Now Campbell from 3. And Campbell misses. Ball's out of bounds. That's going to be Fitchburg ball.
Good job being a trailer by Campbell. Just didn't roll his way.
White taking it up now on Gonzalez. Gonzalez trying to force him to his left. Now we'll go right. White underneath for Pitts. Off the glass through Lou Jennings.
Once he gets positioned down there, it's over.
Yeah, that's a big guy in the paint, 6'6", 225. And we've seen the Bears struggle with bigs built like him. Not necessarily the tallest players on the court, but the guys who got a lot of muscle. And I mean, he's 6'6", he's tall.
And Gonzalez airballs it, having a rough game.
It's been guys like that they've struggled with. We saw it against RIC, but then on the flip side, we've seen it with those taller bigs like Josh Bernstein against Tufts. He came in at 6'10".
We got a replay here. Gonzalez lets his man get by. But continue, Luke.
Bernstein just came in the game we played against Tufts. He just cleaned the glass, dominated the boards. The Bears couldn't do anything against him because they don't have anyone that size.
Well,
the size is about to be sent on right now is Sam Amasore, but he's just 6'7". And I say just 6'7".
Yeah.
Sitting here at 6'3", so like that's not what you know what I mean.
Yes, for bigs.
For basketball height, for your big man on the shorter side.
Certainly. I mean, especially the higher levels you go up, that typically doesn't happen.
And granted, as Jennings misses his first shot, took him a while.
That's the second miss, yeah.
But granted, you're not going to run into a lot of huge bigs in the Mazcac, but when you play those top D3 teams like Tufts, you're going to be playing guys like Josh Bernstein who come in at 6'10".
Or
and
taller.
Just dominate you in the paint. We've seen taller here as well. As Amasore almost gets a hand on that.
Oh, and he got a little big on him.
Timeout's called.
Just like that, they go up 15.
Full timeout for the Bears.
So, you know, when you have people on the floor,
we're going to replay that on the floor. Sorry, we just had the realization that one of the officials has a striking resemblance to actor Michael Kelly, and it's really throwing me off right here. It's the guy with the ball in his hand.
It's uncanny.
It really is. As McLaughlin talks it over with this Bears team. And this is a team, like we said, they've struggled as of late, and we've seen them go over some personnel changes. We've seen more of TJ Williams, more of Stephen Morrell, less of some other guys like Abdul Ba, Nick Bontemps. And we're yet to really see anything come of that. They've still struggled, you know, just as much as they had been prior. In some of these games, the one against the Lancers is promising. They got close, but unable to finish the job as Campbell catches the lob from Jennings, whistle's blown. Foul here, as we get you the replays, called on Jalen Jackson.
It was a good pass by Jennings. Certainly interesting for a big man to be passing that well.
And Lou Jennings, kind of a hybrid player from the way he's able to shoot too, but also defend the paint and score in the paint. He's just a really well-rounded basketball player who can do it all. As that free throw takes a second to drop. But he's an impressive player in just his junior season with the Bears. Came into a starting role last year as a sophomore and has really blossomed into a good, strong scorer for the Bears. And this team, I feel like when you look at them, I don't know if they have a clear number one option, but they have three guys who can be that option any given night. It's not going to be the same guy every game, but you can get a number one game out of Campbell, Kakuba, Jennings. It's not necessarily going to be every single game. One of them drops 25, but they can do it pretty consistently.
Certainly not a selfish team at all. They're very willing to pass the ball and give it to the guy who has the hot hand. Today, that's Jennings. Tomorrow, it might be Campbell. Next day, it might be Dante.
And Campbell's been pretty hot as well. He has 10 points as Drayton airballs a three. But, of course, this Bears team, it lost some impact players as well. Emerson Hallblad, he was their real big. The height, 6'9", glass cleaner, just dominated in the paint, especially against smaller teams. They really had nothing on him.
He was a pretty wide guy, not fat by any means, but certainly not skinny.
Had broad shoulders, just a big defender. He's, of course, playing pro ball now over in Spain.
Oh, wow.
And then Precious Oko, another guy they lost, the transfer from UMaine. Obviously, ex-D1 player and was one of their best shooters. And a real good compliment to Dante Kakuba and Josh Campbell.
Oh, my God. Jennings playing like a guard.
Lou's feeling himself tonight, man. That's 15 points for Jennings.
Without him, this would be a disastrous performance. The defense here.
White one-on-one with Kakuba. Kakuba gets screened. Ball's back out, and Jackson fires away. He'll miss it, tries to get his own rebound, and it rolls out in the corner in front of the Fitchburg bench. So, of course, the Bears still looking for their first MASCAC win. They are 0-3 in the conference, trying to get that much-needed win, because your out-of-conference record is one thing, but your in-conference record is extremely important when it comes time for playoff seeding, as the and one by Sam Amasore. Jalen Jackson called. That's his second. Third for the Falcons this half.
Amasore had that great dunk in the first half.
And then he also had, at the end of the half, that swat in the paint on Someto, who subs on now. And speaking of the hot hand for the Falcons, it's been Nathaniel Someto.
He is a very quick guy. Every defender has basically been toast the second he crosses it from the right to left hand.
And again, not the biggest guy. He's 5'11", But he's got the speed. He's got the ups. He can score anywhere on the court. We saw that putback. As that one gets an unlucky rebound for Jackson, Downing swats it out.
And to add what you're
It's
saying,
actually going to be out on the Falcons.
to add what you're saying, he's 160 pounds as well.
That might have been out on Downing.
Who's to say?
Not me. Bears have possession. It's Kakuba one-on-one with Franks. He's got Lou Jennings to his right and gives it to Amasore off to his left. Amasore quick switch over to Campbell, fires from the free throw line, and nothing but net. Josh Campbell. Double teamed by Downing and Kakuba, two extremely good defenders. That one, Campbell almost got his hand on it. From the corner, it's gonna miss. Josh with the rebound. Speaking of defenders, Kakuba is a guy, as that one trickles off the hands of Jennings out of bounds. Kakuba is a guy who is knocking on the doorstep of 1,000 career points. He's gonna do it this season. But he could also become the all-time steals and all-time assist leader. He's only a junior, so I'm not saying it's going to happen this year, but it's very, I'd say almost 100% likely.
Unless a major injury happens.
That he hits it, yeah, exactly. God forbid something happens, but Jennings is fouled. I don't think there's any way he doesn't hit all three of those milestones, especially the 1,000 career points. I mean, he's at a little bit over 950 on his career, if memory serves. I want to say somewhere around 955, as Jennings will go to the line for his free throws.
This year he is 237. I don't have any.
958
there it is.
On his career. 350 as a freshman, 371 as a sophomore. And obviously still in progress in his junior season, but
he's getting that.
Yeah, and I'd say sooner rather than later.
He's their main ball handler.
I'd love for it to be at home.
Yeah. Bring the balloons for the guy.
Falcons trying to clear out some space. It's Semedo.
The two lead scorers going at it.
10 seconds on the clock. Foul called on the Bears. And, you know, we've been very lucky in years prior. Last year, we saw 2,000-point scorers. Kylie Grassi and Sidney Bradbury both hit 1,000 career points here at the Tinsley Center. So that was a cool milestone. We've obviously had away players do it as well, most recently in that women's game against Wheaton. But it would just be a really great moment to see Kakuba hit 1,000 here at the Tinsley Center. Semedo working on Campbell. Tries to get that one off the glass. He'll miss. Jean-Charles working on Amasore. Pass to the corner. All alone, but missing it was Kamal Franks.
5-point game. They're finally getting back into it.
Campbell. Fouled. The body control was phenomenal out of Josh Campbell, just not able to cash it in.
With the replay here.
And just Franks was all over him. Tyler Ayumura out of Colorado going to sub in here for the Bears after Josh Campbell shoots this free throw. Campbell's second trip to the line today, 1 for 2. As the Bears have cut the lead down to 5. Campbell will make it 4. Ayumura checks in for Kakuba. 14-15 left to go, and again, the Bears have been in quite the rough patch as of late, trying to get back and trying to get a huge conference win. It would be their first of the season, as Campbell gets them both. From the corner and knocking it down is Von Zabore.
I told him to keep shooting. I probably should have kept my mouth shut.
Nice guy, though.
Yeah, very, very kind guy.
Him and Semedo talked to them a little bit. Both good guys.
Both playing out of their mind as Campbell takes a corner three.
Sails it over the basket. Downing, the only man over there for the Bears. Secondary effort out of Amasore, sent to the ground. Kakuba and Morrell will sub in. Amasore and Ayamura go off. Jennings to inbound from the baseline. Dante's going to tie his shoes first, as the Bears trail here by 6. So it's Downing who goes off with Amasore. And Kakuba will take the ball up with Jennings to his left. They'll switch. Jennings goes to his right. Kakuba pokes in on Semedo. Jennings fires the long ball, in and out. Kakuba swats it over to Morrell, now Jennings. Jennings unable to get the floater. Morrell with a tough board. He's stuffed, still has the ball outside to Downing. Downing in the paint, leaves it for Jennings. What a pass from Noah Downing.
19 points for Jennings.
19 points for the junior out of Walpole.
But I was going to say, Mr. Downing, he does all the little things, defensively, passing.
Yeah, he's not a guy who's going to necessarily blow you away on the stat sheet, but what he does, the impact he has on this team, it's very clear that he's a leader on this team. He's a grad student, transferred over from Ithaca, and it's clear in his first year with the Bears, he's made an impact in the locker room and in practice. But then, like you said, the passing, the defense, it's just all things he excels at. He's not the number one option by any means, but he's a good scorer as well. Just an all-around, just a pure basketball player. The kind of guy you want on your team.
He kind of reminds me, forgive me, David, for making a comparison to professional player. He kind of reminds me of Derek White.
Yeah, I'd say that's almost a perfect comparison. He's not necessarily going to give you the offensive games that he will, but he doesn't really shoot, to be honest. Like, I've seen him go games with 2 field goals attempted. Right now he has 1. So he's never looking to score. He's always looking to set somebody up and do what's best for the team. As the Bears are caught in transition here. White goes out up top. Franks for 3. He'll miss. Williams, who just subbed on with the rebound. Josh Campbell on the bench now. Williams drives inside, tries to Euro his way through the paint, and sends a man to the ground. There's going to be a foul here called on Braden White. Ayumura is going to sub back on. And here's the replay. As Braden White caught Williams from behind. That, very well, if not for the foul by White, could have been a charge drawn by Franks. As Williams will go to the line again, coming off a 29-point game last week against the Lancers.
He's been making an effort to crash the rim, to attack the rim as much as possible today, and it's resulted in some free throw attempts and some opportunities for his teammates.
Ayumura going to sub in for Kakuba. Franks will head to the bench, a little bit shaken up after attempting to draw the charge. And Williams, another guy, a bigger guy, but definitely plays like a guard. He'll still, like you said, crash the boards and go up for him. But definitely a shooter and a scorer.
Can handle for someone his size pretty well as well.
It's probably a guard who had a growth spurt late in high school. And just now he's 6'6", but plays like a guard. As Ayumura gets called for a foul on the other end.
He's playing good defense, but overcommitting a bit. And he just got put into the foul bait chamber.
Defense is the bag for Tyler Ayumura, the senior out of Colorado, long way from home. As Morrell tries to get a hand on it, but Pitts puts it off the glass. Downing quickly over to Ayumura. Now it's Williams.
Oh.
Williams gets a piece of Drayton, fires away the long two.
You know, you got to do what you got to do. Sometimes you got to smack the other team in the face to get a basket.
I don't know if that was intentional. More than likely not, but got a big piece of Drayton. Who seems to be fine. He'll stay on. Semedo will take it up. White, Downing all over him. Good defense by Noah Downing. Semedo tries to get past Ayamura. Driving in, Vanzabore fouled.
Replay here.
And substitution on for the Bears is going to be Kakuba. And Josh Campbell will come into the game as well. So,
oh no, I was going to say, the foul shooter, he's only shooting 34% from three in the season, but today he's shot 3 or 4, I believe, from downtown.
Campbell will come on to replace Jennings. He'll join Kakuba, Williams, Morell, and Downing on the court now for the Bears. White, Semedo, Drayton, Pitts, and Vanzabore at the charity stripe for the Falcons. As Vanzabore gets them both to drop. And Downing will run point here. Quick pass off to Josh Campbell. Now Downing will try the three. Not going to go. Rebound there by White. Drayton working on Campbell. Kakuba now on Semedo. Leaves White all alone. Out to Semedo. Trying to work through Kakuba. Baseline pass to Pitts. Pitts drives in on Morell and gets called for the travel.
And the Fitchburg coach does not agree. He's walking.
Vanzabore going to head to the bench here. Jackson comes back on to replace him. Kakuba one-on-one with Braden White. Dishes over to Campbell. Campbell tries from a foot back from the free throw line. He'll miss. Williams got a hand on it. Kakuba tried to strip it away from Braden White, but wasn't successful. And Josh Campbell's going to get called for a foul on the other end.
With the replay.
That's about as incidental contact's going to get, but it's something you got to call.
Absolutely, when you get in the breadbasket. I almost feel like just the way that he was positioned for that layup, you almost want him to just shoot that. But again, I'm not there. It's tough to make those split-second decisions.
Amasori going to sub on. He'll replace Morell. And Price will sub on here. He'll replace Jackson. They're worried about Jackson being in a little bit of foul trouble. 3 fouls on the game, but 10 points as well. As Pitts gets the rebound there, trying to pull it off on Amasori, and he does.
Kakuba almost falls down.
Yeah, did he dribble that off his ankle or something?
He just tripped.
Struggling with that one. Now it's poked away from TJ Williams by Semedo. Williams gets the ball back. And Campbell now to Downing. Downing back to Campbell. Campbell inside through contact. Amasori with the rebound. Amasori gets dogged in the paint.
Wait.
No foul was called. Now Williams gets fouled.
The makeup call.
Yeah, I mean, wow. We'll show you exactly what happened here. There might have been a foul on that Campbell shot as well, but that
was ridiculous.
I mean, and then he stares him down while the play's still going.
This guy Pitts, they let him run wild. You know, he's got the hair. He thinks he's Dennis Rodman.
And you smacked the arm of T.J. Williams there. I've noticed, for whatever reason, every time T.J. Williams goes to shoot a free throw, he walks back to that line where Kakuba's standing, stays there for a second, and then walks up to the free throw line.
On his first attempt?
Yeah, it's like a ritual for him.
Free throws are like that. It really helps with your percentage if you do the same thing every time, or you have certain things in your mind that take your focus and put it to the basket.
Campbell, Amasore, Williams, Sweeney, and Kakuba on the court now for the Bears. It's Drayton, White, Semedo, Jackson, and Duval Price on the court for the Falcons. Semedo. Kakuba got his hand in there. Amasore tries to dive on it. It's going to be out of bounds, and I think the Bears big was the last to touch it. He was. But some good defense there by Amasore and Kakuba.
Here's the replay. Looked like it was off Bridgewater.
Great pass there by Braden White. Struggling with it, though, is Jackson as the shot clock winds down. White has to fire. He'll miss it.
Oh, got the board.
Semedo there for the board. Shot clock's going to reset for the Falcons. Nursing a 4-point lead with under 10 left to go here in the second half. White working on Sweeney. Shot clock winding down. Amasore goes up. Doesn't touch it. There's ball.
Thank God they didn't bail him out, because clearly he was going to make the shot, so he's trying to trick the refs into being like, look, I just went into him, now give me the call. Not going to work.
Good effort, though, by White. Trying to make something out of nothing there. As they're pressing all over Kakuba, it's Matt Drayton. Kakuba with a great pass to Amasore, who slams it in.
2 points.
White on Sweeney, screen set there by Jackson, breaks quickly. Out up top now to Matt Drayton.
The intensity has risen.
Trying to set another screen, and they'll miss driving inside. Bears with the board. Josh Campbell in the corner. Bears need 2 to tie, 3 for the lead. Be their first lead since very early on in this game. Sweeney from 3. In and out. Trying the putback was Williams. Bears maintain possession, but Campbell loses it. Drayton comes up with the ball now for the Falcons. Semedo will take it up. They tried to set a screen on Williams. Semedo went the other way, passed it off to White, who's working on Sweeney. Price out up top, Semedo. He's been quiet this half, and he'll remain quiet. Josh Campbell. Kakuba gets the ball stolen from behind him by Semedo, and Semedo with the layup.
I thought he was going to put that down.
Timeout called by the Falcons. 30 seconds called by Titus Manderson, as we have a replay right there.
Look at Kakuba foul him. He just grabbed his shoulder.
He just did not hear the footsteps coming behind him.
Semedo is such a great athlete. I mean, he's just so quick, and he could jump. He's got great instincts, high basketball IQ, great ball handling skills. He can really anticipate where the defender wants him to go, where he takes him anyways. He's a very nice young man, local guy. I can't say enough positive things about the man.
Good friends with the Tinsley Center DJ, Isaiah Manhart.
Isaiah and Nate, they go way back. They used to play in the same ball team. He's smiling right now.
As that timeout breaks, Bears trail here by 2 possessions.
I don't know.
It's been a close game here for a while. 59-55, Kakuba will take it up. Sweeney will try the long ball. He hasn't got one to go yet. He'll remain quiet. Jackson going for the pass. Semedo passes it right into the bench. Almost takes the head off the official. Someone on the bench, though, made a really great catch. I think it was Trenton Oliver. Heads up. No, is somebody still in warm-ups? Actually, I have no idea who that was.
I think that was the shooter.
Might have been Von Zabore. as Amasore loses the ball, but it's going to be last touched by a Falcon. And Pitts will sub back on.
The intensity has really gone through the roof the past 2 or 3 minutes. Feels like it's the last 2, 3, 4 minutes of the game, and there's 7 minutes left.
Kakuba to inbound from the baseline. Triggers into Williams, who tries to float it up. And TJ gets fouled.
And we have the Fitchburg coaches meeting in front of us for a commission meeting.
Von Zabore coming back into the game. He's been hot from beyond the arc. He'll be a guy to watch for the long ball with 7 minutes left to go and just a 4-point lead here for the Falcons. Again, join us after the conclusion of this game as the Bears and Falcons women's teams face off here from the Tinsley Center. The Bears coming off a 3-game win streak.
How many?
Last against the Lancers.
He's falling.
White taking the ball up on Kakuba. Makes a miss.
Oh, please.
Wow. I thought for a second that Braden White might have been able to cash that in.
Oh, come on.
That would have been absolutely absurd.
I think that is a foul. But it's just tough if you're a bigger player in basketball and little guys can just like sprint into you. And it's just a foul every time.
Allen misses in and out.
Ball doesn't lie.
Franks will sub in. He'll replace Price. And I mean, you're definitely more likely to get fouls called against you if you're a big. I think that's just how basketball is at any level, but
it's tough to officiate.
It is.
Oh, here it is.
Semedo off the front of the rim. Amasore with a tough board over Pitts.
Pitts was not happy.
Amasore has really had Pitt's number every time they've matched up. Sweeney. Finally, Sam Sweeney gets one to go. He's been quiet all game, but the sophomore ties it with the 3 ball. Campbell with a huge block. Sweeney keeps it in bounds. Kakuba on a breakaway. Off the glass, he misses. Sent to the ground with the rebound. It was Braden White.
They should have been securing the rebound.
I lied. It was Franks.
Use the replay. Kakuba goes up, misses it.
Campbell and Amasore just not in the right position. As Jennings will sub in.
Tie ball game. Look at this.
So both teams in the bonus. That'll send Franks to the line. Chance to break this tie. Drayton going to sub in. He'll replace Von Zabore.
Drayton's had a pretty quiet day. Not shooting well from the field at all.
First shot good for Franks. Five points on the game. Lou Jennings still leads both teams in scoring with 19. "30-second timeout called by Titus Manderson's Falcons. 2-point lead for them as well, with 6:11 left to go in the second half of action here from the Tinsley Center. And this has been a close game for a while. The Bears really fell behind. Double digits at one point. But this second half, they've really been able to come on and close the gap. They've only held the lead for a short period of time, and that, of course, did come in the second half. There's a lot of work to do for them to put this one in the bag, but it's close, and a lot closer than the last couple games have been for Bridgewater State.
A lot of times they keep it competitive, but at some point, you know, the lid of the basket comes off for the other team and it becomes a 10, 15-point game. That happened today, but they have crawled their way back through the efforts of people like Akuba, Jennings, and Campbell.
Kuba over to Campbell. Bears trail by 2. Campbell bodies his way through the paint, misses it. Amasore gets the board back out to Kakuba. Up top, Jennings for 3. In and out, not able to get the shooter's bounce. Unlucky miss for Jennings. Already has a make from beyond the arc today.
He shot 100% in the first half.
Drayton working on Sweeney. Quick flip over to Jackson. Screen from Pitts. Grabs Jennings only for a second. White looking for an outlet. Finds one, and Jackson Amasore blocks it.
Oh!
Wow.
Amazing shot clock awareness there.
It's just amazing that he made that. Campbell over to Jennings. Jennings looking for a pass. Gets it to Campbell. He's looking for Kakuba. He'll find him. Franks was in a good position to defend, but Dante able to shake free. Under 10 on the shot clock. Bears need a basket. And it's going to have to be Kakuba. He beats the buzzer, but...
No, the ref said he didn't.
Oh, it is going to be a shot clock violation.
Pitts played great defense for a big guy. He really slid out to the perimeter and made things difficult for Kakuba.
Speaking of defense, Downing going to sub back in. He'll replace Kakuba. It's been a quiet night from Dante. Only 1 point on the game.
White with the ball here.
Drives into Amasore. White rifles one underneath. Jackson in position. Bounce pass. Gets it back. Now up top with White again. One-on-one with Downing.
9, 8, 7.
Jackson fires away. I think Amasore might have got a hand on that. As that's going to be a foul here on Jennings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're both angles. It makes sense why you'd call it on Jennings.
Yeah, he came in there second, so you understand that call, but unfortunate there for the Bears.
He's not the best free throw shooter in the world.
Now 0 for 2 on the game.
No, for 3.
Yeah, 0 for 3 after that one.
Let's see if he could shoot 25%, making it here.
He'll make one. So not a terrible trip to the line there for Jalen Pitts.
Anything helps with this lead.
Yeah, gets it up to 5 points. Jennings has the ball now for the Bears. Amasore to Downing. Downing looking for a pass. Finds Sweeney. Now Amasore. Working his way inside. Floats it right-handed. Misses. Jennings there for the board. And Amasore not going to get the basket. Foul's called here on Franks.
Oh my, great rebound by Jennings. Great pass.
See, Franks went up there with Amasore. And that's what's going to send him to the line. Williams will sub into the game now for the Bears after this Amasore free throw. Semedo and Vanzabore for the Falcons. Vanzabore left Franks hanging there.
It's amazing how both of these coaches
kind of shook the air.
They utilize so much of their bench. Both these coaches.
Yeah, both these teams run deep. There's a lot of talent on both of them. Bears have used 12 players. The Falcons have used 10.
That is 12 players? That's incredible.
As it's White taking it up now on Downing. Downing trying to get a hand in there. Great defense by Noah Downing. Just keeping it clean, not fouling, but being a nuisance.
He's got quick hands.
For Braden White.
Pitts.
Pitts, bounce pass underneath Semedo, working on TJ Williams. Big height difference there for the Falcons, and Jennings intercepts the pass. Williams working in on Jackson. Off the glass, he gets that one to go. Timeout called by McLaughlin.
He's been attacking that hoop. You attack that hoop, eventually things are going to break for you, whether it's the foul line or easy basket underneath there.
Bears trail by 2. 3:15 left to go. And it has not been a great stretch for Bridgewater as of late. They've struggled both in and out of conference, coming off a winless start to 2025. Their last win was against Salve Regina, December 30th, in a 90-89 double overtime game. And they lost the 3 before that as well to RIC, UMass Dartmouth, and Emerson.
Well, I would say Fitchburg is a lot better than their record would say.
Yeah, Fitchburg is definitely not a terrible opponent by any means.
4-12 this year. I mean,
they've put up a fight against the Bears. The Bears have lost 6 straight, going back to Clark University on January 4th. That was a 96-83 loss. They've improved over time. Most recently, the 92-86 loss to Worcester State. But still, just I know not where the team wants to be at, and they got the potential.
Yeah, it's the Campbell injury, I think,
to be a good team. And yeah, that obviously cost them. You lose one of your top scorers. They've made a lot of switches with the lineup, like we were talking about at the top of the broadcast. It's not the same starting 5 we saw even in late December here at the Tinsley Center. Coach McLaughlin's really went to the drawing board and switched it up. And there have been a lot of improvements in recent games. They're just still trying to find their rhythm in conference play. As the shot clock's winding down for Semedo, he passes it to Pitts, and somehow Jalen Pitts gets it off.
Semedo, he has got a few steals. He's got some rebounds. And he's dropping dimes.
Amasori gets the ball poked away from him by Pitts. Jennings is there to get it back for the Bears. Tight defense here from the Falcons. Amasori trying to muscle his way inside. Gets the roll off the rim. Sam Amasori.
2 minutes to go. Crunch time.
2 minutes to go. 2-point lead here for the Falcons. Kakuba getting ready to sub on for the Bears. Williams with a quiet 15 points, as Josh Campbell with a quiet 14. We've talked about Louis Jennings, but have not talked a lot about Williams and Campbell.
Very productive second half for those guys.
Amasori with 12 as well. The Bears have really turned it on this second half after a quiet first half. We got to call a foul on TJ. I mean, we'll get the replay for you right here, but
this is what I was saying earlier. Like, just because you're a smaller player doesn't mean you could just
he ran into him.
It doesn't mean you could act like you got hit by a sniper. Like, just play basketball. I don't know.
TJ Williams' feet weren't set, but he didn't move forward. Semedo walked right into him.
I don't know. For blocking and charging calls in general, I think a lot of it's about foot placement and a lot of it is about momentum. So if you're playing close defense with somebody, they don't really have any like runway and they just happen to just fall into you like that. I don't know. I wasn't on the floor. I don't know what it feels like to have Williams push you around, but it certainly looked like he was trying to sell it.
Yeah, I don't think that constitutes a blocking foul. And not the worst situation for the Bears as Semedo goes 1 for 1 or 1 for 2 from the line. Excuse me. But obviously, it's just with blocking fouls, I feel like there's an interesting line as Amasori gets fouled.
Well, they're subjective.
All ball, says Coach Manderson of the Falcons. If the ball was on Sam Amasori's forearm, I'd agree with the call.
Yeah, the ref just said he didn't even touch the ball.
I'm pretty sure I could hear skin on skin. Like, it sounded like a slap. It's a distinguishable sound when you hear the palm of a hand on a basketball as compared to just getting slapped. As Amasore cashes them both. 1 point lead here for the Falcons. Sam Amasore with 14 points. Jennings with 19, Amasore and Campbell with 14 apiece. TJ Williams with 15. This has been a great game for the Bears offensively. A lot of guys putting up a lot of points.
A lot of guys.
But Campbell forces the turnover. Williams working in transition. Williams to the basket. And TJ Williams gets the lead for the Bears with a minute and change left on the clock.
That's the lead.
What I was going to say is those four guys have almost 100% of your points. Semedo blocked by Amasore.
Get out of here.
Amasore with the rebound. Semedo unable to sell the foul call.
Williams
Timeout
down.
called by McLaughlin. TJ Williams on the ground. It's going to be a medical timeout. A hard fall for TJ Williams.
I mean, it takes a lot, as the replay here, it takes a lot of courage to try to dunk that ball when you're not even 6 feet and you're going in with the trees. So I respect him on that. He's had a great game, but
I think TJ landed on his right arm. He gets up and jogs off the court, so he's good. Jalen Jackson getting ready to sub back on as the Bears now hold the lead. See, Noah Downing rushed off the bench to go check on TJ Williams. And that's, again, just a testament to the kind of guy Noah Downing is and the leadership he's brought to this Bears team as a grad student.
if there was more guys like Noah Downing in America, you'd have a lot better country.
You know what? I'd agree.
I'm proud. I'm going life or jail for him, okay? He is the heartbeat of this team when it comes to being just a good guy. So the Bears have a child on the bench. I don't know if he's a coach or not. They got a lot of coaches there. Some of the coaches are coaches. Some of the coaches...
I think he's a redshirt freshman. We'll be following his career closely. Class of 2037?
They want him to be Dante's replacement when he graduates.
Hey, learning from the best. Now, obviously, you see with him on the bench, this isn't just a team. This is a family. These guys all really close, the coaches and the players. A great relationship in between them all as the Bears will start with possession here. Under 50 left to go. Takuba drives in, gets it to go off the glass. Dante gets another basket, and the Bears extend the lead to 3. White with the ball now for the Falcons. Timeout called by Fitchburg State. 34.2 seconds left. Downing's firing his guys up as they come into the huddle.
I mean, who else, Luke?
Full timeout called. And look at Pitts just missing. The ball as Kakuba went up. Von Zabor has been hot from 3. He'll sub into the game now for the Falcons. That's going to be the guy. If I'm the Bears, I want my eyes on number 20 because the way he shot from beyond the arc.
Very, very comfortable. I have a feeling that the Bears defense is going to be playing a little too much of an overcommitting style, and they're going to find an open shot for him. That's a prediction I have for you. 3 or 4 passes, they find him, and he lets it go.
If I'm the Bears, put Williams or Downing on him. Don't let him leave his side.
I would put Downing. It's tough to play defense when you have a guy that's separate from the team, but you got to do what you got to do to make sure there's not an open shooter.
And you know, in all likelihood, that's going to be the guy they look to get this basket. Down by 3, he's been their best shooter from beyond the arc all game. And 34.2 seconds left to go. You got to get the ball in Von Zabore's hands.
Set a screen here.
Screen by Jackson. They'll go to Semedo. Tries to work past Campbell in the corner. Drayton misses. Rebound by Williams.
That's all, folks.
They'll send TJ Williams to the line. Foul called on Semedo. And TJ Williams has been one of the Bears' more reliable free throw shooters on the season. Knock on wood. But he is not necessarily the guy you want to foul if you're the Bears, or if you're the Falcons.
Shooting 76% from the line of this season, but today, if you add that in, it's probably closer to 80%.
6 for 8 from the charity stripe, call it 7 for 9.
When you're in a rut, you lose 6 games in a row, you can feel a little defeated, but these guys, they found the fortitude deep within themselves to make an impact and show these home fans school is back and we're teaching.
Williams makes them both. Downing going to sub on here. Bears going defense with their look. Timeout called. Full by the Falcons. They'll burn another. 20.6 seconds left to go. 5-point lead for the Bears. And this was a team that came in trailing big into the second half. They trailed most of this game. But they've been able to work a lead back late. Just shows the resilience of these players and the coaching. And again, just a game where you have 4 guys with 14 or more points. Williams has 19. Jennings has 19. He's 8 of 14 from the field as well. Campbell has 14. Amasore has 14. And then Kakuba and Sweeney are your only 2 players with points. So you have all your points in 6 guys, and a bulk of your points are coming from those 4.
But I would argue that the Kakuba layup was about as well-timed as it could possibly be, and the Sweeney 3 was also in a position where they needed it. So, yeah, everybody's contributing as much as they can, including Downing defensively. He hasn't scored, but, yeah, you're absolutely right. Those 4 have really strung together a lot of great offensive possessions to get this Bears team over the hump.
Amasore, Williams, 2 rebounds shy of a double-double. They're not going to get it in all likelihood with 20.6 seconds left, but great games all around from those 4 players for the Bears. Jackson drives in, passes it off to Drayton, who gets it to drop. They're going to call a foul here on Amasore.
I think that's right, because you can't put yourself in that position if you're Amasore. You can't go large into him. You have to go straight up. There's the foul.
Yeah, that's definitely an understandable foul call, and it comes at a terrible time for the Bears. But that's a foul call you very much understand, as Williams will go in.
Box out.
For Downing in a little bit. Timeout called by the Falcons. This may be the longest 30 or so seconds of game time you will ever see.
Clock management is an interesting thing. You got to use all your timeouts. You got to make sure you cover every possible angle, because in a game this close, if they're able to rip the ball away from Bridgewater, they could tie it or take the game.
2-point lead for the Bears, 11.3 seconds left. A much-needed win on the line for the Bears. Again, you're on a 6-game slide. Your last 10 have not been pretty either. You've won 1 of those. Just trying to get back on track and find your first win in the conference. That's probably the most important thing here for the Bears. Because you have been held without a conference win all season.
And again, 6-game losing streak. So they'll get themselves a bit closer to 500. Still going to be a difficult road, but every win counts.
If they're able to rack up some more wins in conference, that would be really helpful. They really can't afford to lose any more MASCAC games going forward the rest of the season. And Campbell's fouled.
To quote the great Vince Lombardi, winning isn't everything. It's the only thing.
Drayton's going to foul here. Vanzabore will come back into the game. Downing will come back into the game. Manderson's going to burn another timeout here.
What? Last one.
The last one for the Falcons.
So, I got to tell you, this is probably my favorite game of the year so far, other than the girls' UMass Dartmouth game that featured those half-court shots and that close. That was a heck of a time.
Apologies if you had headphones in listening to that, because the reaction we had when Peachy drilled that half-court shot was, I'm sure, probably not pleasant on the receiving end. But this has been a fantastic game as well. A close one. The Bears have rallied back to the tune of a 2-point lead with 10.1 seconds left. Trying to finish the job here.
I trust Campbell from the free throw line for sure, if that's what ends up happening.
And this has been, for all the scoring the Bears have done, all the players who are up in double digits, 37.9% from the field, 18.2 from three, and 78.3 from the free throw line. That's, I mean, nothing to complain about. But the percentage from the field and the percentage from three has been rough, to say the least.
Yeah, they've done well despite that.
Everything else, has been relatively solid. They've dominated the boards as Campbell makes his first.
He's a 66% free throw shooter this year.
They've had more blocks.
Yeah.
It's been a good game for the Bears and a good get-right game. They needed something. And despite the best efforts of the Fitchburg bench, Campbell sinks them both. 10.1 seconds left to go. White taking the ball up. Semedo now. Nathaniel Semedo fires away off the back of the glass. Amasori pokes it over. Von Zabore will try it. And that'll do it. 74-70. The Bears, for the first time in 2025, walk away winners, putting an end to a 6-game win streak. 74-70. Bears get the win here